We're storytellers. We follow the trail of a person's life through photographs, and old letters, news clippings, scrapbooks, and most importantly, interviews. I've worked in broadcasting and public relations and politics, and at each of those stops I was telling stories. I was always working with words. With Legacy, I'm still working with words. It's more personal and very meaningful. The heart of what we do at Legacy Preservation is really pretty simple. We help you tell your story.
I've spent a career working with busy, successful people and helping to coordinate their business, estate, and insurance planning. And the key to that process is asking good questions and listening. And over time, you begin to understand their background and values and how these intangibles are really at the heart of who they are. And so their financial legacy was being addressed, but their personal stories, their family legacy of core values, wasn't being told.
I started in this business with my own father's book. He was a newspaper editor and a lifelong newsman, and he spent a lot of time jotting down all of the interesting things that happened to him. But what he did not do was ask a couple of key questions of a couple of people. That's when my father delivered the line that I consider sort of the motto for Legacy. He said, if I had asked my own father 5 questions, I would have spared myself 10 years of research. The statement was so true. Most people really want to know about the folks who came before them and their stories. So that's why it's critical to ask those questions now while there's still time. If you don't think your own story is interesting, ask your own granddaughter or grandson. I can promise you they're going to say, I want to read a book like that. And not only that, their kids are going to want to read the book, and their kids are going to want to read the book, and your legacy will live on.
Storytelling isn't just about writing a New York Times bestseller. Our books are privately published for a very specific audience. They're well written. Our clients will tell you that. But our kind of storytelling is about preserving the important pieces of your story and your legacy for those who matter the most to you: family, lifelong friends, business associates.
The heart of a story can be found anywhere, really. It could be in your childhood, your parents' childhood. It could go back to your ancestors in the old country. We'll come in and help develop that story, find the compelling parts of it, and in the process help you gain a greater understanding of yourself or your family or business than you ever had before.
We published my father's book in 1993, and he died 2 years later. 25 years later now, I'll be at family parties and I'll run into distant relatives, nieces, nephews, who grew up with the book, who read it, and they've almost become savants on my father's book. They know how to quote from it. So that's what happens with a book like this. It becomes your family story and your legacy.